Hey folks! Great, you're watching. This is the English summary of today. Well, today we worked on the Dushka, the machine gun for, well, it's for shooting at planes. Huh? Hey. And we did a little bit of assembly work. Unfortunately, I started working in the workshop pretty late. It was around 3 o'clock, I guess. A little bit of assembly work. I cleaned the hinge pins, assembled those. Then we assembled the teeth rack or tooth rack. There were some pins. I need to force them back with the bench vise. Nothing specific to explain there, I guess. Then we assembled the springs. Those springs, they help lifting the gun. The weight of the gun presses on the springs, and the springs make it easy operation. So you don't have to lift the entire weight of the gun, because the springs will help this. Well, the springs suffered a little bit with the disassembling. We used the torch to heat the screws which hold these springs in position. And by heating the screw or the ring, the springs also were heated, and therefore they lost some of their tension. I have to explain this in English. It's a little bit a technical story. I will do my best. If you deform a material like steel, if you deform steel cold, you get tension in the material, and this tension makes the material stiff. If you heat the material, this tension gets lost, and therefore the stiffness of the material will be lost as well. If this happens to a spring, the spring will collapse. So it's just like a steel wire. You can bend it easily, then all the tension is gone. And if you have a spring which is under load, and if you heat it, it will just go well. It stays in a deformed state then. So it's no longer good. It's only a few of the bindings, so it's not too bad. It still will be suitable for our purpose. We have some other springs which are totally gone. We have to replace those. I can order new ones at Indie. They have several sizes of springs, and they will have something which will do for that. Then we told about if you want to lower your car, you can also use the cutting torch and heat some of the windings of your car springs, and then it will collapse and it will be lowered, and it will get stiffer. Because you have less working windings, and then a spring will get stiffer. The spring constant will be higher. Spring constant is if you press the spring a certain length. Yeah, if you compress it a certain length, then you get a certain force. You need a certain force. And that's stated in like newtons per millimeter. So if you compress the spring a millimeter, that will cost you so much newtons of force. And that's how you tell how strong a spring is. And if you cut a winding from that spring, the spring will be shorter, but the spring constant will be higher, because you have less working windings. Okay. So that's it about the springs. Well, then we assembled the mount on top of the loader's hatch, and it works pretty fine. It looks cool as well. It's really nice. And then we talked about the position of this support, and if it's facing to the front, you cannot close the loader's hatch, because then it will interfere with, the support will interfere with the hatch. And therefore you have to turn it to the side, and you can lock it in place, and then you can close the hatch. Then Sharon came by, and she had some good questions. She said, why do you use the machine gun for shooting planes? Why can you use the main gun? Of course, the main gun is not really suitable for shooting at planes, but it also cannot go. It can't move up. It can't be elevated enough. Of course, that's the proper word. This gun elevation and depression is also a value which is not very good on this type of tank. In fact, a battle has been lost at the Golan Heights because of this type of tanks. I believe it's a Type 50 of T55 or T62, not a Type 69, but similar vehicle. But the enemy was on top of a hill or some, on top of something. Oh well. And the T-series vehicles came through the lower part, and they could not hit the enemy because their guns could not be elevated enough. So that's important value. And you can see because of the low construction of the vehicle, this elevation and depression is not that much, because you have the gun. It's like this. Let me say, let's make it easy. Well, this is not really the good part I'm looking for. Oh, this is good. This is a tank gun. It's even
with the
has
little
some
nozzle,
kind of muzzle brake.
Yeah.
And it's well balanced as well. Not bad. This is where the turret goes. This is the part sticking out, the barrel with the muzzle brake. And over here you have the breech, and it has hinges over here. And you can see, if this part is in the turret and you want to depress the gun, so you're moving it like this, it will hit there the roof of your turret. So you cannot go any further down. And the same as going up, this part moves, you need the space inside the vehicle to move the gun as far as you desire. And if you have a really flat vehicle, well, this angle is not that big, and therefore you cannot hit enemies if they are on top of something. So, okay, I really have to think. I think that's it. I would say thank you for watching and see you next time.